Today, I'm going to reveal the top tech businesses based on a business valuation perspective and all of the information that we've gleaned from valuing similar businesses over the last several years. So stick around because some of the information we're going to share with you will be a game changer. Welcome to the BizWorth Channel, where we focus on everything business valuation from Main Street businesses to lower mid-market businesses and everything in between. I'm your host, Dan Darby from BizWorth, where we specialize in certified business valuations for business owners just like you. So why are technology businesses such hot investments right now? Well, the answer is they've been experiencing year-over-year growth over the past several years. A lot of that's due in part to investments in big data, investments in technology hubs here in the United States, outsourcing of the development costs to overseas. We're also seeing significant investments in technology such as artificial intelligence. All of those things are combining for year-over-year growth in the technology industry. One of the things that we do here at BizWorth is we produce an annual business valuation report that looks at all of the industries that are available to small business owners. And we look at a variety of factors that which type of industries, which types of businesses are best for small business owners to be able to get into, or which are really at the right time for them to be able to sell. So we provide that report. You can get it on our YouTube channel. You can also look at the description on this video and click the report there as well. So one of the things that we look at when we're looking at industries, we look at the availability of the businesses to be bought and sold. We look at different industry multiples like SDE and EBITDA. We look at the profit margin, the survival rate over the last 10 years. We also look at the percentage of total SBA loans that go to a specific type of business. So when it comes down to the online and technology industry, you'll see this graph in the report. The technology industry scores the highest on a rating of 1 to 100. This will allow you can see on the right there, the valuation score. It'll allow you to compare one industry to the next. And we even get into sub-industries, so you can really look at a more granular level to see which industries are ripe for investment, as well as which industries, if you're looking to sell your business, where's that industry at this time? Is it the right time to sell? So we look at the online technology industry right now. The business availability is relatively low compared to other industries, right? So if you're going out on Quiet Light or BizBuySell, the number of businesses that are available to buy or sell are lower than other types of industries. But what that does, that really drives up the value of the businesses that you can acquire, or if you're trying to sell your business, it really drives up the market for those businesses. You can see the MIVIC SDE is 2.7. The EBITDA, if you have a larger online or technology business, is 7.7. That really helps to really generate a lot more value for your business if you're looking to buy or sell. The growth rate for the entire industry is at 6%, which is really positive. And the average profit margin is 6%. The two things to really be mindful about the online and technology industry is that, first of all, the survival rate is lower compared to any of the other industries, the major industries that we look at. So that means you really want to be smart about, if you're going to invest in a technology business, you really want to look at their leadership team, their cash flows over the past few years. You really want to have that business professionally appraised, and really to see where are they at from a health standpoint of the business. You also want to look at the SBA loan percentage. Right now, if you're trying to start a business from scratch and you're trying to get an SBA loan for that, the SBA doesn't tend to be loaning out a lot of money for online and technology businesses, and that might have a lot to do with their survival rate of those types of business. You can see a correlation there as well. So within the online and technology industry, one of the most significant and interesting sub-industries that we looked at that had the highest valuation performance were any technology related company that dealt with data processing. So data processing is all about collecting managing, manipulating, analyzing, reporting out on data, any kind of data that's being collected, right? So these businesses have a really impressive growth rate of 8.9%. We're seeing a MEVIC SDE of 3.7, meaning buyers are willing to pay 3.7 times the business's annual discretionary earnings, which is quite significant. And it also has a very healthy profit margin of 7.2%. So some of the technology companies, the types of technology companies that are within the data processing sector include things like artificial intelligence. We've been hearing a lot about artificial intelligence over the last 2 or 3 years. It's been quite a game changer for a lot of businesses and being able to perform tasks in a more automated way using AI. And so AI companies, it's not just about ChatGPT. There's a lot of integrated and bolt-on companies that are getting into the AI business as well to develop technologies that simulate human intelligence processes. So some of those technologies include things like machine learning, where they create algorithms that enable computers to learn and improve performance over time. It also we're seeing natural language processing, which is technologies that are really trying to understand and be able to interpret the human language, and as well as robotics. We're seeing that a lot in manufacturing, where they're able to perform often repetitive tasks using AI-powered robotic um, equipment and tools and arms and so forth. We see a lot of that in manufacturing as well. So in terms of just some real standout performance metrics here, we're seeing a 25.8 valuation multiple, 75% survival rate at this time. It's still a relatively new industry in terms of AI over the last 2 to 3 years, the advancements that have been taking place. Then we're seeing a 12.8% growth rate. So if you have an opportunity to invest in AI, software or technology related companies, now's a good time to do that because the valuations are extremely high. If you have an opportunity to sell a business that has an AI related component to it, now's probably a good time as well. We're also looking at business intelligence services. These have been around a bit longer, dealing with managing, interpreting large amounts of data, such as data lakes, and data warehouses and so forth, as well as data visualization tools that are really used for generating reports, analyzing large amounts of data with dashboards and visualizing that data. We're seeing valuation multiples as high as 23.9, 20% survival rates. So we're starting to see some of those businesses fall to the wayside, but those that are still remaining are continuing to have a growth and see high returns on those types of businesses. So certainly, if you have an opportunity to invest or sell those types of businesses in the technology space, that's very much a smart thing to do. Customer relationship management. These types of applications deal with collecting, storing, and helping you analyze data about your customers. These are continuing to have high valuation multiples above the industry standard at 12.4. We're also seeing industry growth of 10.6, so continuing to grow. We're also seeing HR technology related solutions, things like learning management systems, human resource information systems, payroll administration types of applications. All of these types of HR tech are continuing to maintain high valuation multiples. For example, like 5.7 on the industry average, 9.2% growth rate, very high. One of the emerging technologies that we're also seeing is GIS related technologies. GIS is all about, I mean, we see that a lot of the cars, taking the geospatial analysis as they drive around our streets. But they do more than that. It's all about supporting industries like real estate, logistics, urban planning, a lot of different applications. So we're starting to see a lot amount of industry growth in GIS and geospatial data services. So having an opportunity to invest in those types of applications for businesses would certainly be worth your time to consider. There's also, The other sub-industry that we looked at in addition to data processing was e-commerce. That's certainly one of the types of businesses that is a lot easier for business owners to get into, either using Amazon or Etsy or eBay or other types of platforms that allow you to sell products online that were manufactured. So it's very much a good platform for selling niche types of products, because we're starting to see the larger retailers getting into the e-commerce industry and selling their products on those platforms as well. So it's becoming very competitive. So the more you can be niche oriented, the better. We're still seeing a high percent of growth in the e-commerce industry, 16%, 16.1%, a 4.5 MeVic SDD valuation multiple, and then a 15% profit margin in the e-commerce industry. Some of the biggest e-commerce sectors, we're seeing electronics, furniture, hobby, personal care, beverages, food, and fashion is obviously making up a large proportion of e-commerce. So what we're really seeing the e-commerce stores for smaller businesses to be successful is when they really specialize. So for example, hardware stores, we're seeing very good growth there. 3.0 MeVic SDE, 3.9% profit margin. For food, instead of competing on the larger broad average food products, we're seeing health food stores actually doing quite well with 5.9% growth, a 2.5 MeVic SDE. And then specialty hobbies like bicycle shops, gun shops, we're seeing growth rates between 5.3 to 5.5%, 2.6 roughly in that range, MeVic SDE, and then profit margins in between 3 and 4.5%. Wine and liquor stores, those types of online plays are also, we're seeing growth, 2.6%. 3.3 MeVic SDE and 3.8% profit margin. So if you checked out our annual report, you'll be able to see more about these types of sub-industries, particularly within the retail space. So one of the things to avoid investing in, or to really take a hard look at, is investing in clothing, general food, auto parts, like tire stores and so forth. We're seeing them come in with lower valuation. That's also included in our report. So obviously investing in high tech in general is a pretty good investment. But one of the things I want to encourage you to do is in our next video, be sure to check out our next video, because we're going to talk with one of our in-house appraisers about how they go about appraising high-tech or online-related businesses, and some of the common questions that business owners that are looking to buy a technology company or sell a technology company, what are some of the most common valuation questions? So be sure to check out that video as well.